Ben Affleck will not be starring as Batman in the next Batman film that Warner Brothers makes. What does this mean? Is he done forever? Stay up to date about the nerdy things that you care about. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the next episode. What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday to you. Now, before we get into this news, and man, there's a lot to talk about, I need to shout out Jason Lotz, who got the nerd card question in the video yesterday. Yes, indeed, Peter Quill's mother's name was Meredith, and thanks for just being nice. That's kind of cool. We'll do another nerd card question at the end of this video. Oh, and one more thing real quick, if you could give this video a little extra love, the YouTube algorithm's not gonna like it because, well, we mostly talk about Marvel stuff over here, and the YouTube's gonna be like, dude, what? You're talking about Ben Affleck's Batman what? Man in the tweet heard around the world, Ben Affleck confirmed that he will indeed not be starring as Batman in the next Batman movie that Warner Brothers releases. This all comes from a big report by Deadline confirming that Warner Brothers will likely put out this Batman film in 2021 and that Ben Affleck is not going to be suiting up for Batman in Matt Reeves The Batman. Also, bonus points to whoever counts how many times I say Batman or The Batman in this video. It's going to be a lot. Now, to be fair, we've been hearing a lot of different reports like Ben Affleck is going to be in the Batman, Ben Affleck will not be in the Batman, he's done with the cow, he's not done with the cow. A lot of conflicting reports over the past couple of months. The last news that I reported on when it comes to this story was around the time that Henry Cavill was in the news as saying he was not going to be Superman anymore for Warner Brothers. This made big waves, man. People were not happy that Henry Cavill, or Henry Cavill, however you say his freaking name, is not going to be Superman. And at that time, sources had said that Ben Affleck was going to follow suit with Henry and hang up his cowl just like Henry was hanging up the cape. Now, we'll get back to Batfleck in just a minute because there's a chance we will see him in the cowl in the future of the DC movies. But first, let's talk about all the updates for The Batman in general. We've been super hungry for news about this film for a long time. Matt Reeves, great filmmaker, when he was announced to be coming on to be doing a Batman movie at Warner Brothers, all the fans were like, hell yeah, this is dope. Since the time of that announcement, we've got nothing, man. Other than a few updates that he was still working on the script, we knew nothing about this movie. And now we've got a lot more information. And so the reports are out there that we are doing a younger Bruce Wayne, not necessarily an origin story, but a much younger Bruce Wayne in his 20s, and he'll likely learn some big lesson that's going to form the character for the future. We also know that this is going to be very detective noir. Now, this is something that Matt Reeves had talked about before when he was writing the script, but it's confirmed now in print as official promotion for the movie that, yeah, Matt Reeves is going to be focusing on the detective aspects of the character, something that has always been in the comic books, but has not really been adapted well in any of the silver screen versions of the character. We also know that there's going to be a rogues gallery in this film, multiple different villains that will show up, hopefully showing us just what Gotham is like and really filling out the world of the Batman. Now, one of the things that I'm most pumped about when it comes to this movie is the fact that Matt Reeves was working on the script for so long, and he was working on it in a time period where Warner Brothers was shaking things up and trying different things in their movies. They pushed back Aquaman, Walter Hamada came over and is now in charge of DC Films, and there have just been different decisions made. I mean, when you look at Aquaman, it's very clear they're going for a different tone. Shazam looks to be striking a different tone. Wonder Woman's been in production, and this whole time there had to have been a lot of conversations about the future of DC Films and what direction this studio was headed in. And Reeves hasn't filmed a single scene yet, and that's got me pumped because what he does with this movie can just easily fit in with what DC is doing. It's going to run congruent with their new vision and what they want to do with the future of their movies. So the fact that it took so long might end up being a good thing because it's like gonna be, you know, in line with their vision. We've also gotten a lot of reports lately about what the future of DC is gonna look like, and Warner Brothers is committing to focusing on their solo characters in solo films. No big ensembles, even though we are gonna be getting Suicide Squad 2. And the Batman seems to follow right in line with this plan. It'll be focusing on the Batman and Gotham City. That's pretty cool. All right, so as a lot of people pointed out, it's not necessarily that we'll never see Ben Affleck in the cowl again. He does have multiple films still on his contract for DC Films, and a lot of people thought he was going to end up being Batman and Matt Reeves stuff. Anyways, there's a lot of conflicting reports about that. People were saying Matt doesn't want him, but Ben Affleck does want to be in there. They are friends. They have worked together before, so it's like, you know, maybe they could work it out. Matt Reeves was very hesitant to say absolutely no when it came to Ben Affleck. There are reports that he's still going to be producing part of this film. There's also this factor that if we're doing a younger Bruce Wayne in his 20s, which will take place before the events of Batman v Superman and Justice League, that we will catch back up with Batman in the present, I guess, of DC films, and then that could be Ben Affleck. There are also a lot of reports about this weird reboot thing that is going to be happening in Wonder Woman 1984. Grace Randolph ran this as an exclusive, and a lot of people think it will actually be a thing, that something that happens in Wonder Woman 84 will sort of set the DCEU or the DC Films universe in a new direction and explain maybe some of the changes we see in the cast. Ultimately, for my money, it really depends on what happens in the next couple of years. Obviously, what happens with the Batman film itself. They could age up the person that they get to play that movie. They could spend time doing a trilogy in that time era, and then by the time that was over, maybe this person was a little bit older and could play the older version of them in the present DC universe. This will likely depend on what happens with Henry Cavill, you know, where Ben Affleck is at in his life in the next couple of years. I know he's going through a lot of personal stuff right now, so you never know. I would say you never could say never when it came to Ben Affleck, but my gut tells me he's likely done with this character forever. I mean, he was already super old to be playing that part in general when he first signed up to do it. I don't know if he's really going to want to get back into the gym and do all this training and also have all of that attention on him. You just never know. For my money, if I had to bet right now, I'd say no, but technically it is not ruled out, and there is some evidence to suggest that maybe he will be back in the cowl in the future. But that is the news out there, guys. 2021 is going to be the date for Matt Reeves The Batman, and it's official. Ben Affleck will not be the Batman in that movie. He might be done forever. What do you think about this? Is this good for the DCEU or the DC Films universe, or is this bad? Did you like Batfleck? Did you not care for Batfleck? Whatever you're thinking, let me know in the comment section below. Now let's check that nerd card before we get out of here. I want to know, what is the rumored main villain for the Batman flick? I'm actually not too pumped about this villain, to be honest with you, but the question remains, what is the major rumored villain for the Batman? Answer that question in the comment section below. Guys, I had a lot of fun on Twitch last night with Justin, who of course runs the Den of Nerds gaming channel. Go check that out for your gaming info, and go check out the Twitch just in general. I think that it's a really cool spot to do sort of live streaming, communicating things with you guys. If you're into games and you like what comes out of my mouth parts, go check out the Twitch over there. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.